Hey guys, this is Foolish Mortal 42 here. Doing a little bit of a different video. Some people had wanted to know um, some pointers on farming, and and they also kind of wanted to know where the heirloom or how to get heirloom gear. Whoops, which is these gold lettered special items. And if you're Horde, they're going to be down here in Undercity, down in the Rogues Quarter. You go over here and you basically just buy them. They're actually not. I mean, they're a little expensive if you're starting straight out with no money at all. If you're a completely new player, but later on in the video, I will show you kind of how to make a little bit of money so that you can buy some of this gear. Now, the initial investment, you might say, oh, it's because you start questing and you're only getting copper, silver, stuff like that. But one thing that you can do to make, well, we'll get into that. So I'm playing a, see, I've not actually got all of the gear. If it's grayed out, that means we've already got it. We won't purchase it again. Uh, so I'm gonna grab the stuff for my shaman. I'm not gonna buy all of it, but well, let's go with all so that we can actually see everything. Um, so it'll show up like you can filter it just for yourself, but we'll buy a few pieces here. And it's usually of a set. Alright, I think that'll work. Yeah, I've blown through a good chunk of my money. So then you go into, whoops, your inventory where all of this shows up, and you simply right click. You don't have to. You don't actually have to do anything. It goes into your collections, which is Shift P will open this up, and that'll pop open your heirloom tab. Then we'll go through Shaman, and with the Shaman, you have a couple of different things that will pop up. Of course, they're have a couple of different class sets, so so what you can do. Oh, let me get out of here so that I can actually do this. How once you buy them, they go into your heirloom tab. You can't sell these or disenchant them, of course. But what you can do is just right click on them, and then you will get a copy of it in your inventory. And then, of course, you can equip it if you can equip that set. Uh, so this is the Grand Staff of Jordan, which I actually have. And it will level up. I would recommend getting your weapons first, because all of this other gear is pretty well. Actually, no. You want the stuff that's going to boost your experience gains is really what you want to get. So, so you'll notice that the stuff that I had all this planned out when I started talking. You'll notice that some of it have different level caps. Like my Staff of Jordan is level 100. Some of this is level 90, and the newly bought stuff is level 60. If you had gotten any of the heirloom gear when Lich King content came out, which it was actually kind of difficult to get at that time. That stuff automatically got up to level 90 when this the window and all of this went in, because you used to have to actually physically buy each individual one. You couldn't make copies of it, and when you destroyed it, it was gone. But anything that you buy now is level 60, and there's a lot of the so then I don't think I've got enough. Oh yeah, I can buy one. So you can buy armor casings, the ancient heirloom armor casings, for 1,000. Will upgrade one item to uh, level 90, and I'll show you how to do that. So you just get it in your inventory, you right click it, and then you click on the thing that you want to upgrade. But that's, well, yeah. So it says upgrade heirloom armor, trinket, shield, or offhand, and that actually can be equipped. Oh no, that's one-handed only. Anyway, so so then that increased to level 90. So when I get on my shaman, I can actually use that. So that's kind of how heirlooms work. And then of course, as you level up, every couple of levels, the stats will increase, and it'll always show. Um, you know, no cat, get down. But as I was saying, the a lot of the excuse me, um, celebrations and like Children's Week. I'm not for sure if Children's Week does it, but a lot of the like Dark Moon Fair, you can do a lot of the side missions there and get like money that you can buy the casings and the higher level ones to increase it all the way to 100. So if you want to farm in that way, you can do that. Another way to make money and buy that stuff is to, instead of having tailoring and enchanting, which actually this, you can make money enchanting. You can make these and put them on vellum papers and then sell them in the auction house, which, you know, they make a little bit of money. Or you can do what I just did and put your enchanting materials that you disenchant from in the auction house. And a lot of this stuff I've gotten from like these. Oh, I probably shouldn't have put those in. Anyway, these Nexus crystals are from disenchanting stuff in Molten Core. The only thing with that is you actually have to level your enchanting up high enough to disenchant the items that you're getting your stuff from. So tailoring is a good one to make stuff, and then you just turn around and disenchant it. The only thing I don't like about doing that is you're going to be using your stuff from what we're getting ready to do, which is farming for cloth. And it's a really good way to make a good steady income in World of Warcraft. Well, actually, farming can make, you know, in real life is a pretty good income too. It's just very hard work. This is not very hard work. Uh, Warlock class is probably not the best farming um, to do, especially in what we're going to be doing, because you kind of have to wait till level 30 to do it solo very well. So the first place we're going to go to, well, on the flight we'll talk about it. But if you're doing a lot of dungeon grinding, once you hit level 15 and you can start queuing for dungeons, that's something that's you're going to have a lot of cloth that just drops. just in the dungeons, and um, I would definitely pick up the Auctionator mod or add-on through. You can pick that up through Curse Gaming, and just keep it kind of updated. And I'll after we do a farming run, I'll take us back to the auction house and kind of show you how to do that. But another thing, if you're out questing, say you don't really want to do the group thing, maybe you're playing a class that doesn't that you really don't want to group with. Like if you're playing a tank class, but you really don't trust yourself in that type of role, because tanking is, you kind of have to know a little bit of what you're doing. Probably not in the earlier dungeons, but later on, the pressure is a little bit more more there. Even though I do like tanking, but so the first place we're going to go to is just down the road from Undercity at Shadowfang Keep. And you just go in and zone. You have to actually physically come here if you're going to do the farming thing. Alright, so you want to, if you're playing a pet class, turn your pet off, because stuff will die in here incredibly fast. So, I would recommend doing this as a pally tank. It's really good. And of course, because you're such a high level, this stuff it simply can't hit you. Even at level 30, they're not going to do a ton of damage, but you probably don't want to do too many. You just kind of have to play your class and kind of figure out what you can do. Alright, so then you just basically loot. And you may have to loot multiple times just to get everything. And you just loot, and that's it. So I've got my bag set up to all your gray items will go into your unfiltered bag first. Your greens and blues will go into your equipment settings, and then you'll have one set up for trade goods, and that's where your cloth will go. So I just killed just a few things there, and I got 5 wool cloth and some linen cloth. And as you can see on the Auctionator tooltip, how much those will sell for. So they're not selling really great this week. I just did a scan, but you just do what you can. But a lot of this farming is for getting cloth to actually make stuff. Alright, so we'll go on and stop right there. Alright. And for some reason these haunted servants, sometimes they will not get killed. Like they don't they don't take damage from that explosion, and I'm not for sure why. I've tried to figure it out. All right. So then this fight. So you go in here and gather up basically as many mobs as you can. And if you're playing a paladin, especially a tankadin, you can basically pull the entire instance and kill everything all at once. So you come up here and you get out of line of sight, so you pull all of these casters in. Yeah, see, for some reason they don't really take a lot of damage for some reason. I don't know why. Now you can, if you're doing this with, and always keep an eye out for these large battered chests. All right, so we got silver bronze shoulders. So that's kind of a rare drop, as you can see. The auction house says that it sells for about 150. So that's pretty good. The good thing about Shadowfang Keep, it drops linen, it drops wool, and it also drops silk. Not a lot of silk, but so the higher level that you are, the more your spells and stuff do damage. Um, so that's why I'm like just absolutely obliterating these things. So this is another boss up here. Oh, he stunned me. Or actually, I think they did like a shield bash. Wow. That's okay, Belmont. I'll take care of them. So you always want to double check and make sure you've looted everything. Make sure you talk to Belmont each time, or not each time, but when the first time you come through here to get your quest updated. And, and the good thing about farming in instances, especially when you get to this point, is once you aggro something, it will follow you forever. So you can gather up like just really huge groups of things. Oh, he shouted me. All right. Now I am kind of going a little bit slow. Um, but as I was saying before, if you've got smaller bag space, you can you don't have to loot everything like the grays and stuff like that. You don't have to loot those. You can just turn your auto loot off and just loot just the cloth if that's what you want to do. Sometimes there's a chest there. Oh wait, there is a chest there. Oh. There we go. So some of these greens actually sell pretty good as well. Ooh, green iron boots, not bad. I think that, yeah, that'll sell pretty good too. Um, so as you can see, even with my netherweave bags, I'm filling up fairly quickly. Then this is another boss. Yeah, hot. But of course, the blue gear that I'm getting, a lot of that is bound on pickup. Um, so you can come in here as an enchanter and disenchant. I think this stuff requires you to be level 25 with disenchanting. Um, Anything that only sells for a couple of gold that's green, I tend to just go on and disenchant it. Because I really don't need a lot of gold right now. Um, but a lot of people buy this stuff for uh, transmog sets and stuff like that. So you can do some research and find like specific sets that you can farm for just to simply put in the auction house because you can make a lot of money. Uh, Pieces of gear that sell good are typically non-heirloom slot pieces. Sorry. Which are gloves, uh, belts, uh, boots, and wrist pieces. Uh, if those are really good um, uh, pieces of gear, they will typically sell fairly well. This just takes a little bit of time, and like I said, I'm going a lot slower than I normally do. Um, Usually, I pull at this level. I pull basically the entire dungeon to this point because they simply can't hit me. So I'll pull everything up here, um, stand right here to get all of the casters, and then just do a seed of corruption. Um, you have to walk pretty much all the way against that door to get Belmont to spawn and come up here. A little clipping error. And then he'll unlock the door. And then Promosh is like, oh no, we've been poisoned, and they've killed everybody. Alright, so then we're going to go up here and kill the last boss. Alright, we got Odo's lay staff, not bad. It's actually a pretty interesting looking staff. So we're going to disenchant all of the bind on pickup stuff just to get it out of our inventory. See, Raiders of the Bear, that's like a classic look. A lot of people really like that. Yeah, those wands never really sell for much. Alright, so that took... oh, well, I missed. You can jump from there and take a shortcut. But so then you go, once you've done this, and this is the reason why you don't necessarily want to do loot all. If you're only here for cloth and stuff like that. Is we're going to go out. Alright, we'll turn that off so I don't accidentally kill myself. Ooh. There we go. And then you don't have to go all the way back out. You can just come up here, jump on this rampart, and jump down here, and you're back out. But like I said, if you're doing this on a pally tank, or if you go fast like I normally do, you can do that in about 5 or 6 minutes. And then you go up to your portrait, reset all instances, hit yes, go back in, and you do it all over again. And you can do that up to 5 times in an hour, and you can get a fairly good amount of cloth. And Peace Bloom, Bruiseweed, all of that stuff will sell. Alright, so then you come down here. If you're looting everything, oh, come on. There it is. Okay. I thought there was a vendor down here. There is a mod that you can sell, like it'll just automatically sell all of your trash, which I keep meaning to get. So these are I'm gonna go and put these in the auction house. Yeah, we'll go and put all of that in. Alright, so, let's see. Crown Guard. No, okay. So that's how we farm for wool cloth and linen cloth. You see, linen isn't selling really good. I probably wouldn't put that in the auction house. I would just keep it until next week, until the price came back up. So then, when you get a little bit higher level, you can go up to this area. Hopefully this flight won't take too long. And I'm going to show you how to farm for silk cloth. The drop rates right here are really good. It's actually one of the best places to farm for silk. And silk always sells pretty good. I mean, I just did a scan of the auction house, and it's a gold per piece. And of course that stacks up to 200. And you can get 200 in probably 15-20 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. Oh gosh, I've not gotten any of those flight points, but anyway. But I'm just going to do just a quick run of that. But another option, like I said, if you're not into dungeoning so much, if you just don't want to do that, don't want to sit in queue, if you're a DPS class, you'll just sit in queue sometimes for 20-30 minutes, if not longer. It's not quite as bad as it used to be, but it still can be frustrating as a DPSer to just sit somewhere in queue waiting for your turn to get into a dungeon. Another option is, instead of picking tailoring and enchanting, you can pick 2 gathering professions, which is I would pick mining and herbalism, because that will level up as you use it. I'll load in my pally tank and kind of show you the skill. And if you're, like I said, if you're doing questing and just getting out into the world and exploring, get them as soon as you can. You can usually get them in the very first town, regardless of what class or starter area that you're in. Pick up mining and herbalism. The only thing you've got to have with the mining is a mining pick, which usually you can buy right next to the trainer. And it will take up some space in your inventory, which isn't horrible. But just pick, because usually you'll get enough faction by level 15 to get one of the 16 slot bags, but just use that to mine copper ore at the beginning, and just keep it as ore, and you can sell it straight up as ore. You don't have to smelt it, but you can smelt it if you want to. The ore sells to jewel crafters and blacksmiths as well, so that's why it still sells really good. And then of course herbs will sell to uh, uh, alchemist, and I think inscriptionists use those as well. So these guys up here, I think we've done their quest before. So there's an iron deposit. So you want to fly down here to. There's actually a quest that involves the mobs that we're going to be killing. So sometimes you will have competition for these mobs. So these are level 40. So you need to be close to that. I think somebody's probably down here farming them already. Um, so they're in these little pockets of 3. And you can pull them to a certain degree. Um, so yeah, so that was 7 gold right there. You can pull usually like there's one that spawns here, one that spawns here, one here-ish here, then the one I killed, one up there, there, and then on top of the hill I think another one will spawn. Whoop. So you can usually pull 2 groups before they'll reset, which is the only kind of drawback to being out here, is you can't pull like a huge group. Boom. I wish that had like a bigger, oh, so none of them dropped any silk. So that silk drops really fast here. Like I said, if you do that for 20-30 minutes, you can get a fairly good stack of silk. Um, and of course, there's greens that drop. Um, they're all like mid 30s. Yeah. And then every once in a while, you'll get these hidden stashes. Oh, they'll drop coin. Um, But another thing that they will drop is a grub, which is a fairly rare drop. And you can right click that and put it in your pet journal. And then you can go into your pet journal, right click, and put in cage. And then you can sell it in the auction house. And you can make quite a bit of money doing that with rare pet drops and stuff like that. So that's one of the best, absolutely best places to farm for silk cloth. Alright, so now we're gonna fly back to Undercity. So if you were doing a um, like a long, if you just wanted to sit down and farm intensively for a couple of hours, you can make I mean, that's going to be 10 gold right there. So you would need, well, you'd need a fair amount of cloth to make that cash. But like I said, your big money items are your grubs, your green drops, which I don't think that's probably going to sell for $9.99. But I'll go on and put it in the auction house for maybe 500. You just never know. These cloth boots, those might go in because they're such an early level item, and a lot of people just don't. You don't have a lot of choices in boots that early. Another good place. Let's see. After silk, you go into mage weave, and the best place for that is. I wanted to say it used to be in the cauldron down here. There's some caves in here that you can get to from Thorium Point. You just kind of come down the map and they're down in this area. They used to drop quite a bit of mage weave. I can't remember. I think I skipped Mage Weave when I was doing my tailoring, or I didn't do very much of it. And then, of course, for Rune Cloth, the best place is going into Outland and doing Hellfire Ramparts over and over and again. You need to be probably 65, close to 70 to do that with any amount of speed, but the Rune Cloth drops in there are really, really good. So, so the good part here is you're fairly close to a flight point at both of those farming areas. So getting back to an auction house isn't that bad. So then the auction house in the Undercity is one of the reasons why I like Undercity so much. They're all around this inner ring here, so you don't have to go to a specific area. So then, if you have just the basic auction house, you'll have to actually go in individually. Uh oh.